There we go. A lot can happen in 10 years. Today I was thinking like 10 years ago, I was still in North Dakota. Many of you know I met my wife in 2009, and we didn't meet until 2011 physically. So I visited her in Italy. But in 2011 is when I left everything. I left my hometown. I left um, with faith, really. Like, I had no idea where I was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to come here to Italy. And I look up and I have a wife, I have two kids, I have a business I'm trying to grow and scale. And so much has happened in the last 10 years. And I wrote down a list in March of each year what was happening. So, March 2011, I was working at Burger King in North Dakota, but I was also working in the oil field. It was an oil boom, a lot of petroleum. So I was working two jobs because I was staying with my sister on, the military base, and I was with her, and so I worked the Burger King job to stay on the military base because there was a Burger King on the military base, and that's how I stayed on the base with my sister. And then the oil field job obviously was for money. March 2012, again, I was at Burger King. I had a degree. I had a university degree, and I was working at Burger King just to stay on the military base. And then I worked at the airport. And I worked at the airport so that I could have access and freedom to travel. So when I worked at the airport, I could travel to Italy for $45. It was ridiculous. I would travel first class. I would travel first class to Italy for $45. A first class ticket usually is like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and I paid $45. It was crazy. March 2013, I had just came. I was in Italy for 3 months, and then I went to Miami. I had no job. I had no money, and I said, okay, well, I need a job. So I started working at Burger King in Miami. It's crazy. For 2 years, I worked at Burger King. And then 3 months later, I found a job teaching English. So the next year, March 2014, I was teaching English at a language school. So this is when I started my English career, actually. Was about 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I started my English career. March 2015, I still worked at, no. So March 2014, I was at the language school in Miami. And then the next year, March 2015, I was at the same language school, but in Italy, in Milano. So the same school, same franchise. March 2016, I was preparing to leave the language school. I started to get more and more private clients, and I said, you know what, this is my time to leave. March 2017, I spent a year going to different people's houses, private clients, and I was just tired. I was just like, I need to change my structure. It wasn't scalable. So March 2017, I went online, and I went through an online platform. I started teaching online, but they didn't really give me enough students. So I was searching for my own students, how to find my own students online. And it's funny because that year I used a LinkedIn strategy, and I went immediately in like 3 months, from September to December. I went from zero to about 30 clients in 3 months. I was like, oh, I just remember I was just so happy. March 2018, which was almost, a year later. Well, a year later, um, LinkedIn. I was using LinkedIn as a sales tool, and I was direct messaging people. And so LinkedIn they restricted my account. So I was looking for another strategy besides LinkedIn. I didn't really use Facebook like that to find clients. March 2019, I was using LinkedIn and I was using Facebook. So it was just, I was getting a lot of clients. And I hired two people to help me to scale, but they were the wrong people, right? It were people that I knew, or people just from Upwork. It's like a freelancer. They didn't really have a lot of experience. It's my first time hiring. I thought the job was easy, but obviously it wasn't. So that was, I spent money on that and I wasted money. But I still didn't have a marketing system. March 2020, COVID hit. My LinkedIn account was restricted. I reached my maximum on Facebook. And that's when I really started to focus inward and say, I need to find a system, like a marketing system. So the last year, I've just been building out my marketing system. And I'm ready to launch. Like, it's really, 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 really close. And I look back at the years and I realize, wow, in 10 years, they speak Chinese and, they were in China for 10 years and their Chinese is really, really good. Imagine if you start learning English now and don't wait. And you just put in a little bit every day, every day, every day. Can you imagine what's going to happen in 10 years? How fluent you're going to be? I look back at this 10 years ago. I was at Burger King. I was working at Burger King 10 years ago, and I was working at the oil field. And now I'm here in Italy with my dream wife, with my dream business, my dream children, serving my dream God. A lot can happen. Just take those little baby steps. That's all you need, man. It's amazing. God is good.